What is up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Empower 610, where we
empowering minds one episode at a time.
Let's get it. And today we have a special guest. Nyce. Let us know a little bit about our guest today.
Why does this always happen to me?
Oh, we gotta it's tradition at this point.
Tradition. Yeah, sometimes I don't be wanting to do introductions.
All right, I can start it out.
Oh, are you sure? Can you handle that? Are you gonna give us the corporate voice or the Bardales from Peru voice?
I mean, is there a difference?
Yo, did he really ask me that on camera? Is there a difference?
Anyways, our special guest today is an award-winning, multi-talented, has been recognized as an actor, author, QVC TV talent, also founder of InnaStar organization, has a documentary and a memoir that we're going to talk about later today. What else?
What else? Creator of the Love After movement. Author, extraordinaire, stepping up, stepping out, doing things for self, doing things for the youth, doing it for the inner star in you.
Empowering the community.
You go with the bar.
Empowering the community, empowering the creatives, empowering the culture. No vultures, because we don't play that over here.
Facts.
What do we have?
Jacinth.
Was that a call and response? Like I was supposed to say the last name?
You didn't know which voice to use. You threw him earlier with that one.
Yeah. 50 Shades of Bardales is wild.
Bardales be you.
That's funny.
If you've been a follower of this podcast, you know that we're big into flipping pain into productivity. But sometimes we need professional guidance through our healing journey. And that is why this episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who is trained to listen and give you helpful, unbiased advice. Take the first step today by visiting betterhelp.com/empower610. All you need to do is answer a few questions and BetterHelp will match you to the right professional with years of experience. They make it easy to get matched to a therapist, usually within 48 hours. Communicate via phone call, video chat, or messaging. Let BetterHelp connect you to a therapist who can support you from the comfort of your own home. That's betterhelp.com/empower610. Or choose Empower 610 during the sign up and enjoy a special 10% discount on your first month with BetterHelp. And now, back to the episode.
Jacinth Headlam is our special guest today.
Please tell the people a little bit about yourself, because I know we play around a little bit, especially in the introductions. But we'd like to, empower you to speak on your own about what do you want to tell the Power 610 folks.
I think you guys pretty much hit it. I mean, I was born and raised in Jamaica, so I'm an immigrant. I'm
Gang.
Hey, wagwan.
Hey.
All right. You don't know already, from St. Mary. Bloop, big up on the South.
Hey.
And by ways, in my early teens, I came to Brooklyn, New York. Was there. I started modeling in New York City, runaway shows, print magazine, and I relocated to Allentown by way of my mom. That was her escape from her abusive relationship, a marriage, and she bought a house out here in Allentown. And at first, I didn't want to come.
I could only imagine.
But I was just like, okay, I transferred my credits and finished college at Kutztown University, and I've been here ever since. But I always transferred back and forth to New York because that was my stomping ground. That's where I felt like I can flourish as an artist. But something was always off. I felt like, okay, why do I have to jump on a bus or drive all the way to New York to live in my purpose? It was draining. And that's where I was just like, okay, where do I saw a gap, and that's why I created InnaStar, because I wanted to be a solution. I wanted to be an answer, and I'm an artist first. So I was like, okay, I need to create something, a hub where all artists can come together and flourish and feel appreciated and be celebrated and be recognized and just come together and collaborate and just unite. And that's what started InnaStar and the InnaStar Trailblazer Awards. This is our 3rd annual, so it's coming up October 12th. So.
Woo! Can we get a round of applause in the building for that? Know what I'm saying? 3 for 3. Let's go. Shoot.
So that's pretty much it.
Oh, yeah. And it's funny because she answered the first question before we even asked.
I was about to say she going in.
She got
she got like, I don't need any questions. I got this.
You heard the intro. Yeah. She's well experienced.
Yeah.
So she already knows. She probably saw the notes and everything. She done hacked the phones.
Yeah. Well, that was the episode?
I got my own notes.
She from Brooklyn. She got the Biggie Coogee on. She goes, yeah, run that. Brooklyn.
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 Hey.
One thing I definitely got to point out is the fact that in the description of it was of your biography, it said the InnaStar organization is dedicating to empowering the creatives from marginalized communities. So tell us a little bit more about that, and then what sparked that initiative when you first started out.
Absolutely. For me, being here in the Lehigh Valley, living here, I saw a gap that I wanted to fill, and, it's more like even with the InnaStar programming, InnaStar program, we have the youth filmmaker program that we do with Fine Feathers. Shout out to Andreen. And then we also have our youth, our Glow Confidence workshop. And also we don't just do the confidence workshop for our children. We do it also for older adults. I call them my golden stars, but they're elderly 60 up that we partner with the Lehigh Valley Active Life, and just teaching them how to tap into their inner star, how to discover their identity, and just find their voice and their identity again, because they feel overlooked and forgotten,
Yep.
So for me, that was a void that I wanted to fill. And but a lot of our students in the filmmaking program are from the shelter, the 6th Street shelter. A lot of them are in the marginalized community.
Yep.
So for me, that's where I felt like my purpose and my dreams like came together, and the gap was bridged.
And I know that from when you started it, I think what was dope was I noticed that you started highlighting some people that have been doing their art, putting in work in the community for many, many years. And they either been overlooked or they weren't in that right circle. But finally, an organization like yourself is finally highlighting all of their achievements, all of their creativity, and then just kind of bringing light to them. And that in itself is very empowering for people, because us as creatives, every now and then, if we don't get recognized for our art, or we don't get recognized day to day for what we do, we kind of start losing all right, what's the purpose of us doing this? So when you give that recognition, that's super important. So, we definitely appreciate you for that.
Thank you.
And real quick, while I was listening, it reminded me of a profound quote I saw on the internet. No clue who said it, but it said, the hood doesn't lack talent, it lacks resources. So it takes people like us, everyone in this room, to cross over, get information, get education. And when I say education, I don't mean everybody got to go to college, but just being informed and then being able to shine the light of what informed you to inform someone else. Yeah. Because I would argue all the time, some of the most brilliant minds are the ones that are deprived. Yeah. They only know creativity. Yeah. That's why I say my mom only had a high school degree, but she's one of the most brilliant people because she was resourceful. So that helped me do what I had to do and be resourceful. You know what I mean? So that's what I like most about it. And I want to ask you too, and just thinking about it, but how did you come up with the name InnaStar, and what does it mean to you?
I just always like anything that's sparkle or a star. And for
Miss
me,
Bryght like that.
That's hot.
I like the star because I know for me as an a lot of artists, we just go through some stuff. But I'm reminded that the only time you see a star shine is in the dark.
Bingo.
When you're going through darkness, that's when you shine the most. Yep. So for me, a star is my biggest symbol. So initially it was supposed to be InnaStar, and when I researched it, I saw that it was already taken. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm from Jamaica. Let's put a little twang.
Oh yeah.
InnaStar.
I like that.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fire. Yeah. You think about it, like if we stretch out, we low key shaped like a star.
We do.
Yeah.
You better drop them bars.
Right?
All right.
So we all don't always know that we're meant to shine bright. Yeah. So it's important for if my light's dim, so I need someone else to kind of spark that light. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like programming like that, built off purpose and passion, is what we need to really make things happen. And that's why we do what we do. Yeah. Also, you do what you do, and all of us in this room do a lot of creative things. I think it's important.
Yeah.
Be the spark.
Be the spark.
Be the light.
Shine bright. Be the light.
Yeah, for sure.
Be.
So what is one of your favorite memories that you had from the past years that you've been hosting this?
Oh man.
Because was last year the first year, or was it the second?
Yeah, second.
Yeah, so the
This
first
year's the
year
third.
was 2022 at Arts Quest, and then last year was our second, and
Symphony
this is our
Hall.
third at Symphony Hall.
Nice.
Years. Hopefully next year we be at the J. Bernie Crumb.
Hey,
Yes.
speak it into existence.
The J.B. Riley.
The JB Riley.
Yeah, that
Oh
new-
yeah,
the
yeah,
new
the new
one,
joint,
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
the new
uh-huh.
joint.
Word.
And real quick, since we're on that and thinking about round 2, right? Thank you and your organization because you all nominated us
Yes.
for an award that
The
evening.
media, yeah.
Yeah, and although we weren't able to attend, I know with me sometimes it's difficult to get to a lot of places. I'm on the board for Movement Moves Media. We had the Hip Hop Awards show going on the same weekend. Plus, it was my birthday, and I was entirely too lit the previous week. I had a birthday. My girl surprised me with some things. We went to New York, had a poetry and jazz thing.
Yeah.
So it was like, bruh.
Yeah.
But we definitely, really appreciate that because I know me and Lewis, we don't always do things looking for awards and accolades. We just be out trying to do stuff. So even just having a nomination is like recognition, like, yo, we see you.
Yeah.
So we appreciate that.
That's why it was so important when Lehigh Valley Fashion Week wanted to InnaStar to sponsor some awards just to give back to the community, and you guys were chosen. I'm like, we have to look out for them, you guys. So
Yeah.
Appreciate that for sure.
I was shocked with that. I got the message and I was like, oh, wait, what? You sent the right person? You know what I mean? It's always like a surprise, but we were able to go and we had a blast. You know what I mean? That was such a good,
It was a
time,
good time.
being there. I'm like, I wish I would have brought the award here. We could have took flicks with it and all that. So I fumbled that, but it is what it is.
But no, sorry. So to get back to your question, favorite memory, right?
Real quick,
Yep.
can you adjust the
Oh.
mic? Yeah, just so we can hear it. Yeah, there we go.
So your question was my favorite memory of the award show, particularly.
Yeah, just the whole experience.
Your experience.
Well, it could be last year or the year before.
Oh, got her.
Yeah.
We got her.
Yeah.
We got her. Frozen.
That's like, no, it was a
man.
good time.
Last year really stood out to me because I was able to see it like, okay, that's when it really hit. Like, okay, now I see why I had to do this. When, just calling people and letting them know or sending those emails and just speaking to a lot of the Trailblazer nominees like, hey, oh my God, I've never been nominated or recognized for anything. So the fact that I've been doing this for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and never got an award. And that's what I like about InnaStar is not just music or it's not just film. We try to cover as much categories in the arts as much as possible, from visual art. There's a lot of visual artists here in the Lehigh Valley. Even dance. We added dance this year. That's a new category. We also added DJ this year.
I saw
because Mike and I were supposed to do the Hip Hop Award and InnaStar the same weekend.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I was
yeah,
supposed
I
to be
remember that.
Saturday. He was supposed to be Sunday. So when I knew that he wasn't going to do the Hip Hop Awards anymore, I'm like, you know what? I really have a thing like DJ's got to be recognized.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I did, I just picked up that category and I added the DJ as well. And we're also doing film and actors and beauty and fashion, and he's also community leaders and the models. So I'm glad that we were able to cover as much of the creative sector as much as possible.
And one thing I have to mention that I think is dope is that a lot of people don't know, but a lot of the other award shows, you have to pay some type of membership to even be acknowledged or even be nominated. Because when you're talking about like Emmys, when you're talking about Grammys and stuff like that, a lot of people think you just get nominated from that. No, you have to pay some type of entrance fee and then be in that circle to be even considered. And
to attend.
SAG.
Exactly,
Yeah,
and to attend. And what
It
you're
ain't
doing, what you're doing is you're reaching out directly to the community and saying who should be recognized.
Yeah,
Which
and
is
that was
truly
important.
different.
That was important for me because I didn't want to. If it was just up to me and my team and my committee, it's but so many people that we know, and I'm like, no,
Right.
I don't want to be involved. I don't want no bias,
hear
no
that.
nothing.
Oh, yeah.
I want it to be for the people, by the people. Let the community. I want the community's voice to be heard. So when people send in, and I didn't even know they had filmmakers here in the Valley.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that existed. You see, but it was through this and me seeing people being nominated. I'm like, wait, you do film?
Yep.
Plus, Michael, there are people, filmmakers here that I didn't know of.
Yeah.
So
And I met a lot of them also through just the short film space, and you'd be amazed. A lot of them are actually introverts, so they don't even
Super introverts.
they
Yeah.
don't even like attention like that. But they're some of the most talented people that you're like, wait, like someone like you belongs in like Hollywood. Someone like you belongs in like a Florida or some like a bigger city where more opportunities there. But we do have that here, and it's all about recognizing that and then collaboration as well.
that's it. Collaboration is power, man. That's it right there.
And one thing I think that we all have in common in this room is that we're all multifaceted, multi-talented, wear many hats, right? And so how do you balance that out, and how do each one of your talents complement each other? And which one came first?
That's always a battle with any artist.
Because I'll tell you what mine originally was music, and that led to me like trying to learn how to do video editing because I wanted to do like music videos.
Video, right?
Yeah, Lewis used to be a gangster rapper.
Oh wow.
Spit something, Louis.
Do you see his old videos? 3 cuts in your eyebrow trying to wild out.
Nah.
No, that wasn't you? Yo, make sure when he edits this, put that picture there with the 3 cuts in the eyebrows. I ain't forget. I ain't forget.
Yeah, Nyce actually met me like that before.
Yeah, you see?
Oh my god.
You see? Yo, Cyrus's face of
The
judgment
low-key
is sending me. I wish I'd have recorded that. I needed Cyrus's face on that.
But anyways, this episode
Bruh.
ain't about me. This episode ain't about me.
No, but it's still funny. One thing everybody gonna do is catch these jokes. That's it and that's all.
So which one came first? And out of all your talents.
Modeling. You know, I was always long and lanky. Like I was like I needed to do something with my height. And in New York, I was like, you know, I remember telling my mom at like 15, 16, I was like, Mummy, you know, in Jamaica we say Mummy mean mommy. I want to be a model. And she was like, modeling, picnic, go take your book. You know, that means go sit down somewhere and focus on your schoolwork.
Yep.
And, you know, Caribbean parents, they don't see the art as even an option. That's like maybe a hobby, you know? So for me, I was like, okay, that was a challenge for me. Like, I'm gonna show you. So I was working at Starbucks after school because I was always I love basketball. I like track and field, but that was one of the things that I had to sacrifice. I had to quit track, and I wanted to go to modeling school. So I went to Barbizon in Manhattan on 34th and 8th. And I wanted to pay for, you know, runway classes and to learn how to walk in heels because I was a tomboy. I did not know how to walk in heels at all. I was like that horse leg, like, ugh.
Yo.
Like that was me, you know. So I put myself through that, and after that, I started doing a lot of runways, started doing a lot of Hype Hair magazine, Black Hair magazine, and that's how it started. And then I just knew that modeling, we were under the misconception that if your modeling career did not take off by the time you're like maybe your mid-20s, you can kiss it goodbye.
Right.
You know, and I know in New York as a high fashion model, you were always had to keep a certain weight, and I just knew I like to eat. That wasn't going to work out for me. Right. So I'm like, what is something I can do where no matter what age I am, I'll still be working? And that's why I'm like, ooh, acting.
Yeah.
So I started taking acting classes. I'm like, okay, if I'm 70, 80, like look at Morgan Freeman, and you know, look at all these people.
Yep.
No matter what age you are, there's a commercial for you. There's a role there for you. So that's what made me tap into my to acting. Started taking acting classes. I wanted to learn the business, and that's important. A lot of artists always come to me, Jacinth, I want to audition. You know, because I do film production. You know, when you got casting coming out, and it's like, if you want to get into acting, you have to study the craft.
Tell them.
You have to study the craft. You have to know the technicality of being on set and what a certain slogan means, because when they shut out certain things, back to one, reset, and you're like sitting there in deer in headlight, that's how they know you're green. Right. You know, so you have to learn the fact that you have to
lingo,
know the lingo
and the lingo of
the
like
framing, the lens, and like, so you have to learn your craft, you know, and make sure your headshots are on point. Make sure you have video reels so that you can be bookable, you know. So I did the work, and I started my first role was actually written for me. I stumbled up on it. My dad is a security guard at a museum in New York, and I was like, Daddy, you know, I want to do acting, but I don't know where to start. He said, you know what? I have a Nigerian guy who is a filmmaker who I work with. Let me talk to him for you. And he talked to him. Shout out to Demaraye Denaran. When he called me, he was just like, your dad Bentley, you know, he said, you want to do acting? You know how to speak patois? And I'm like, yeah, man, I know how to speak patois. Why? And, you know, he was like, you know, I got a role for you. It's an undercover cop named Simone, and you got to be able to go in and out because you're going to go undercover to bring down this Jamaican drug lord, but you're going to lure him in, which, like, you know, your sensuality, but you low-key an undercover cop. And that was my first role that was written for me, and that role took off with my acting career. That was my first role. But we got into the movie theaters in Jamaica and in the Cayman. We toured UK. We sold out UK. We sold out Canada. Won countless award shows and film festivals. And it was a Caribbean content. You don't see a lot of Caribbean content. I think when you think of a Jamaican film, the first thing people think of is, oh, Top Shotters.
Yep.
And
All the time.
but after that, what else?
That's it. Yep.
So Diary of a Bad Man was that film that was getting a lot of love because it filled a gap. And then from there, I just started booking commercials and found an agent. And I was like, okay, I was going through a divorce in 2016 and lost everything, my lowest of low. And that's what caused me to write my book, Love After. And I wanted to turn it into a film. And that's what got me into film producing.
That's fire.
Transforming my book into a film and just learning how to produce films.
That's fire. So hopefully everyone out there is taking heed to those stories and those gems, because sometimes we start off as one thing and life has a way of taking us into many other things. And for a lot of us, that's how we develop all these other, becoming a hyphenate, right? It's like necessity and need, and in some cases like healing from certain things of what's holding you back actually is the thing that kind of pushes you through. And then hearing you tell your story about navigating being a cop, one of the things that's funny about how this podcast started was talking about the show Power, and now I'm like, yo, when you do a skit, you could be jukebox.
Yes. Holla at me, Nyce.
See? Power skits coming soon.
Oh my God.
I would love that.
You see?
Listen, that you on to something now.
One thing I'm gonna do is get in production
Create
mode.
He's a visionary. Oh yeah, for
Brand deal
sure.
with 50.
Nice visions.
You already know.
What I like is the fact that you also outline the steps that you took, because a lot of people like to skip steps. So before you even met that person, because imagine if you would have met that was it a producer or a director that put you on?
Yeah.
Before meeting them, if you didn't take those acting classes, right? If you didn't have that right, like it would have been the right person, wrong time, because you weren't prepared. But you were very self-aware. You said, listen, I need to learn how to walk. I need to learn how to take these classes. And you looked at your local resources. Okay, what can I do around me in my community and stuff like that? And I feel like a lot of people lack that.
Yeah.
We spoke about it with specifically with artists, where an artist will have a talent, but they won't have the right mix.
Yeah. Or they won't work at their craft.
But open
Let's
your
be
mouth.
honest. Some of them won't work on their craft.
I opened my mouth. Like,
Exactly.
Yep.
you have a lot of people that sit on your gifts.
Yep.
I was like, look, this is what I want to do, and this person heard what I wanted to do,
Yeah.
and you're like, yo, I know somebody who wants to do that. I'm gonna hook y'all up because I think y'all two together would be perfect.
Right.
And you hear me talking to me and me telling you my vision and what I want to do. That you hook me up with Nyce Jonez and Nyce, and that's how stuff happened because I opened my
Networking.
mouth. And that goes back to the art of collaboration.
Yeah. Well, you're literally already being recruited for that skit, just so you know.
No, I'm dead serious.
Because everything
I
about
love
me,
Power. The whole Power
see,
universe.
look at that. Because everything with me is, getting more into filmmaking and
Yeah.
like I love storytelling, I love creating. So, brand development is part of that, but also big picture. It's like, I have these documentaries on my list I want to make. I have these movies and TV shows or sketch comedy things I want to make. Everyone in here is a creator. Everyone in here I know has like ideas for skits, films, everything. So it's like, only thing we're gonna do is just to do it.
Just do it. And
Creative
he edits
vibes.
too?
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, I can't trust him because he's gonna try to make me look crazy. Because I be having mad jokes
That's
like,
crazy.
no one man should have all that power.
Back to Power.
Yeah, see? Aha. Call back city. See, that's why I said I'd be writing.
No, and it's funny because like with all of us, we have we're multi-talented, and we have a lot of things that we like to do. But it almost seems like the way the system's set up, it's not really set up for us, because a lot of the times it's set up to put us in a box until we end up in a box. Because the fact of the matter is, like with creatives, a lot of people don't understand that we could have all these multi-talented, and one day we might want to be an actor, one day we want to model, one day we want to do music or something like that. For someone that works a regular 9 to 5 and might not have those talents or might have not acquired those skills yet, like it's hard for them to understand and comprehend that, because a lot of the times as a creative coming up, you get told, oh, you should only like master like one thing and stuff like that. But as time is developing, like the person that does acting also has to do some modeling on the side.
Yeah.
And then you'll see a lot of actors also turn into producers or directors and, creating their own stuff. So
That's from necessity, though. Like, just needing stuff. Like, I hope everyone in the room knows this person, but like David Banner. David Banner was a rapper first and couldn't find producers to make the sound he wanted. So what did he do? I don't find what I want. Let me learn the craft so I can now make it. So now for him, he got 2 ways to get a buck. And so sometimes these things come from necessity and kind of holding on to that vision you have. And on the other side, you know, the system and society's kind of set up for everybody to run around popping your balloon, right?
Yep.
You could be like, oh, I want to do this thing. So I'm telling, you know, an adult in my life, and they're just like, oh, no, you shouldn't do that. You know why? Because they didn't do it.
Yeah.
So they little hurt
They
inner
don't understand
child
it.
is now, you know, popping everyone else's balloon, stealing my ice cream, throwing it on the floor. And I'm saying, so
That's
if you're
true.
not solid on the inside, it's hard to, you know, pursue what you want on the outside. So you got to get your insides right. And I'm saying, but that's why it's important for people to shine light on other people, because you figure how many times by the time you're 29, 30, you done heard no,
Right.
or you can't do that.
For me, I have so much respect for people who are like gap fillers, people who are a solution and not following the trend. Because anything that somebody told me I couldn't do, I find a way to create it.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Like for me, I wasn't booking the roles I wanted. I'm gonna write that. I'm gonna write the roles, and then for me, I like Caribbean content, and you don't see a lot of those auditions going around. So
Nope.
whenever I create a project or write or produce a project, best to believe you're gonna see my culture sprinkled in that.
Fire.
Word.
So for me, that was very important for me. So like, yeah, if you feel like, you know, you can't find opportunities, create it. You don't have the resources, collaborate and lock arms with people and talk up.
Yeah.
Do you know somebody that does this? Oh, word? And just,
Outwardly asking the questions instead of just writing down or just thinking about it. Like, you got to seek out your blessings. Sometimes they're not always going to find you.
Yeah.
If you don't put them out into the world and give
Sometimes you
them
gotta
air to
find
breathe.
find the light yourself.
Yeah.
Hello.
I got a question for you though.
Hey, let's go.
Are the no's what motivated you?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Because I was
Yeah.
wondering, like, what helps you keep going when things get rough? Because I know
I'm
you
mad.
do.
I'm big
Oh, okay.
mad.
You're one.
When I,
okay.
I'm mad.
A lot of people get
but I ain't
motivated from
stressing.
yeah, when I'm told no, for me it's like, okay,
Take
you
it
mean, you
personal.
mean not yet. Oh,
Jordan
sure.
mode.
Yeah.
You know, because
Jordan
sometimes-
Jacinth. And I took that personally. What I do, make my own film.
Like, no, I don't. What do you mean no? What do you like? Wait, something ain't right. What you mean? You telling me no? Like no, or not yet?
That's fuel.
I'll be back.
Word.
Dig it.
You know, so yeah, I take it personal. It's a challenge for me. Like, oh, okay, and especially when you're an entrepreneur,
Yep.
and you're a visionary. The biggest challenge for us is funding.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
when we don't have that support and when we don't have that backing, it's hard. But it takes, you know, when people come together in communities and say, yo, I'm a share this. I may not have what you need or the resources, but I'm gonna pass this on to someone who can help you. I'm gonna pass this on to someone who might be able to help or sponsor or whatever. Like, but it's, you know, it's difficult being an entrepreneur, especially in the creative field. So yeah.
And it's intimidating too, because even with the funding thing, I can speak to people I've met just randomly in the community that I know they're doing something. We'll talk, and yeah, but I'm looking for this and that. Oh, out of fact, I got a solution. Send it to them right there, right? And there's so many like different funding avenues that exist.
Yeah.
But then in cases, they look at the application and they're intimidated just by that. It could be worth $100, $5,000, $500,000. And I'm like, nah, you got a chance. No one's even applying for it. And they just see the thing. So it comes back to also not being prepared with the lingo and the understanding of what's out there. Yeah. So it's like us, and I love that you're speaking specifically to like Caribbean culture, right?
Yep.
If we're not creating these things that are culturally relevant, it's hard for people to get through those hurdles because it doesn't, these things weren't designed for our culture.
Yeah.
So like things like you're doing, we're doing, everyone in this room is doing, it's pave a way, get paid, and then get other people paid.
That's it.
Because we got to fund ourselves. We don't need them. The industry, look at these cameras we got in here.
Right.
Look where we would have produced. Our biggest listener base is literally in Italy.
Wow.
Think about that.
Wow.
So right now with technology, we can touch the whole world. We don't need
Anywhere.
nobody.
Yep.
Anywhere.
And we
I love
vertically
that.
integrated.
I like that. I like
Amen
that.
to that.
Amen.
But in speaking to, some of these facts, I'm curious about some like, being a black woman in this industry and navigating that. Has there been any like hurdles that you face specifically as being, a black woman in this industry and in different spaces you're in?
Absolutely. Even some of the greats that come before me, like even Taraji broke down on camera the other day.
Yep.
Just talking about being in these big motion picture film, and she's getting a small percentage of what her other castmates are getting, and she's the lead.
Wow.
So it just goes like. Tyler Perry was the first, one of the first directors to give a lot of these, Black Hollywood what they are really worth. Like when they do their interview, they were like, "Yo, shout out to Tyler Perry who gave me my biggest check yet," and I've been in the
most
industry.
I
recent.
see Megan Good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they've been in the business for decades.
And think about that. This is why, like, I'd be so irked with some of our pathways, because we be giving our oppressors too much leverage. Oh my God, I gotta go get signed to this. I gotta go do that. Look at technology, and the pathways have changed. So it's like Tyler Perry doing that. He's just like, he understood. You may not agree with his methods or his movies, but the fact that he's intentionally getting people bags, and look what he bought and the money he spent and what he built. To me, that's just super inspirational. To be like, I want to do that too. I want my own studio. That's my creative playland.
No, he changed a lot of my friends. He booked a lot of my friends and put them into recurring TV shows like Sisters, The Oval, and literally changed their lives.
Yeah.
So I've seen it firsthand. So it's just you just gotta just do it. Like Nike say, just do it.
Yeah.
And just the only worst thing that can happen is being stuck and just standing still.
Yeah.
But if you're going and you're doing it, the provision is already made. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of meeting the right people that to collaborate with or come across the right. Your name is in people's mouth at this moment. People are talking about me that I don't even know.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because after a while, your work speaks for itself. Your reputation and your name speaks for itself. Right now, people are talking about Nyce and got your name and an opportunity with money attached to it.
They better.
Hello.
Because
and you don't even know about it.
I promise you, and I told my girl this, when I get time, I'm literally going to calculate the amount of checks that I put in other people's hands.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't be looking for none. It's more or less like I did that intentionally.
Yeah.
Or being in education, how many people I done help get scholarships or put through grad school just from writing my name on a page or writing a letter. And I was just like, yo, these people need to start swinging some of these checks back my way, because I believe in karma and I know God got me, but I need to see some invoices paid.
Pay it forward.
Hint, hint, hint.
He's actually holding me for ransom.
Yo, chill,
Oh my gosh.
big snitch energy over here. He said this is a big rich town. Hey, I just come from the poorest parts. 6th Street in Allentown.
Wow.
Hey, it's what we do.
So you spoke about how you like to sprinkle some of your culture, the Caribbean culture, in some of your work. And your most recent documentary, I'm Jacinth, Love After. Tell us how you went about it there in that specific project.
Sure. It goes back to when you're doing the work, stuff attracts to you. It just comes to you. So because I did my book, and the person, shout out to Jane Applegate, who was managing me at the time, she was teaching in NYU Tisch, and she was just like, "Hey, you ever thought about doing a documentary? Like, go back to Jamaica, go back to your roots." And I'm like, "No, I never thought about that." And literally, she got one of her students to go to Jamaica with me. We flew out to Jamaica. We toured. We did a pre-launch of my book out there.
That's fire.
I went back to my old school, spoke to the students there, did media tour, and he just literally followed me. Talked with my. I was raised by my grandmother in Jamaica, and just that's just me. I didn't even plan it.
It just happened.
It just happened. And when you're doing the work, that's a lot of things. A lot of time you're gonna see things just happen, and it works in your favor. The work works.
That's a bar. The work works. And the thing I love most about that, and I'm just curious for you to possibly dive a little bit deeper, because I'm thinking about other people whose stories I admire. Things happen when they either go back home or they go to Africa. So what was that feeling like, going back to your old stomping grounds in Jamaica while you're on this journey? And you just told us earlier what inspired Love After, experiencing a divorce. You told this story in book form first, I imagine, and then the documentary came out of it.
Yeah.
So now to connect all those dots, although parts of it I imagine were traumatic, your healing was in that process, and now you went back home. So what did it feel like kind of pouring out your heart and soul like that and then going home?
Facts.
It was mind blowing, and I think when I was doing my book tour, it is where it all made sense because oftentimes we have to understand that no matter what you go through in life, everything has to work together for your good. It does not matter how bad your pain was, how traumatized you were. Everything has to work together for your good. It may feel like you're going through hell. It may feel like you want to throw in a towel, you want to take your life, you feel isolated, and you feel like nobody in this world understands the pain that I'm going through, whether it's heartbreak, whether it's addiction, whether it's abuse, whatever it is that you're going through. It all is going to work together for your good because guess what? That's your story. And life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. All things have to work together for your good. So that's where you have to tap in and turn it into your purpose. So had I not go through the bad thing, because if you asked me 5 years ago, did I want to be an author? I'm gonna be like, no. Like I don't even like reading. I'm a numbers girl. I like math. I don't even like reading. Like so for me to sit here and be a whole author, it was something that I stumbled up on because I was journaling.
Yeah.
And I'm
I'm
like,
so glad you said that.
Big on journaling.
yeah.
Bruh, my students be sick of me when they be having panic parties. Yo, did you journal? Do you journal? Do you make this a daily practice? You'd be surprised what you discover because journaling is the conversation you should be having with yourself.
Yeah, exactly. That is the first conversation you want to have with yourself because in that you'll learn. That's a healing process.
Bingo.
It's a part of your healing process, and that's where it came. And it just was like it was just dropped in my spirit, like this needs to be paid forward because there's other young girls who have been molested that needs to know that there's love after. There's people out there who have lost everything and have to start from scratch and have to know that there's love after. So your story doesn't belong to you. You are just a vessel on this earth to use it, pay it forward, and use your life and your experience as your testimony.
Yep. I love that. That was a whole lot of gems right there. Know what I'm saying? And what I like to say is, what we go through is painful, but we grow through it. And with the growth is, that's where the fruit comes in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I really appreciate you just sharing that authentic story because I know like the type of people that listen and things that resonate with them. And I feel like those are the things people really need to hear about that will, resonate and impact them because sometimes they may feel like there's no light at the end of the tunnel and then they hear someone else's story.
Yeah.
And they're like, you know what? I can relate to that.
Yeah, gives
Let
them a
me
voice.
pick this up. Yep. So sometimes we don't feel like we got a voice and we hear someone else's story and then it's like, oh, wait, I do have a voice. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So it only takes one word, one conversation to start resonating. So
just do it. Just start. Just do it. Because, and just to answer your question, had I not go through that, I wouldn't have been able to go back home and tour Nigeria and Jamaica and go to all these places just to share my story and to tap in with these kids from these marginalized communities. So, your story is bigger than you. What happened to you is not gonna. It didn't break you. You're still here.
see,
Use
we ain't got dope for sale. We got hope for sale.
Make money off your story, boo.
Facts.
Know what I'm saying?
For real.
So just in curiosity and kind of building off of that, like if there's people out there listening or in the room that maybe want some advice on, the screenwriting process, the directing process, the production process, what are some things you would recommend that they do first, or what are some steps you would suggest that may help them?
Absolutely. Even if it's filmmaking or not, whatever you want to do, you have to be a student. You have to be a student to the craft, to the game, whatever it is. And you may say, well, I'm strapped for cash. I don't have the money to take up a class. YouTube University is free.
Bingo.
There is so many stuff that I've learned on YouTube University for free. I can sit here and watch hours of content on how to write my first script. Celtics is a free script writing software
Yeah.
for free, and break down your whole script and all of that. And it's very user friendly. We have no excuse. With AI, you can give AI something and it spits you out a scene right then and there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we just have no excuse. We have no excuse. So it doesn't matter what field you're in, whether you're creative, whether you're in engineering, whatever it is really just doing your research and finding ways. And most importantly, if you don't have the answers, tap in with a mentor. Ask questions.
Yep.
Like, hey, Nyce, I'm trying to do this. Do you know who you think that can mentor me? Just take me under their wings and show me the rope. Just ask. But you need a mentor.
Yeah, and something you said on, and something like I've been repurposing with some of my newer students. Research is such a dirty word for people. They just relate it to something in school.
Sounds hard.
Same with homework,
Yeah.
right? So I always say it's not homework, it's life work, because the things you're doing is going to change your life, so make it work. But the other thing now, I say I don't use like research. I say, you know, have curiosity to be creative. Creative curiosity is the way. It doesn't have to feel like work.
Yeah.
Just start with taking a little bit of interest, even if it's 5 minutes a day. Once you do that and you develop that repetitious nature, it turns into a habit. That 5 minutes might turn into 5 hours.
Yeah.
You don't even see it coming. So it's like, just be curious, take an interest. I mean, in the end, it's for you. So
And when you study the greats, you notice how obsessed they become over their craft.
Yep.
And they all started out with like little to no resources, but they found a way. And when you become that obsessed, that passionate over something, if you're really serious about getting there and getting to that destination, you know, it takes sacrifices, but it also takes a little bit of resourcefulness and figuring out how to get those resources with the little bit that you have.
yeah, in this day and age, like, that's the one of the biggest things I'm so worried about for our marginalized communities is the fact that so many times I'm in these rooms, and at least with my students, they're trying to use AI to cheat through a test, right? Don't do that. You're robbing yourself.
Yeah, don't do that.
But I don't like that our marginalized communities that aren't necessarily in schools don't even know some of these resources exist or how to leverage it to kind of hack the system, because it's available, it's accessible, and it's easier to reach than ever before. Our ancestors from 50 years ago would have killed to have what we have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And earlier you were mentioning how like towards the beginning of your career, it was a lot harder to just make it out as a model or as an actor, because even back then they had a certain look that you had to have, or you had to go to a certain gatekeeper. And nowadays, you know, you could just begin your portfolio just by scheduling a photo shoot, uploading to Instagram, and then letting people know like, this is what I do, this is what I'm passionate about.
Oh my god.
And that's what people don't realize. It's like nowadays anyone could start a podcast. They could start their own media network.
Yeah.
But the fact that do they want to take the steps to do it? Do they want to find all the correct systems on how to go about it? It's up to you.
You guys have no idea in this day and age how easy you guys have it. Like with AI, with social media at an all-time high, there's no more middleman, there's no more gatekeepers. Even casting calls to top motion pictures, like you don't have to go through a casting director no more. Like those
There's a
castings
website for that.
are coming straight to us.
That's crazy.
Even
Direct
like
to
if I
consumer.
go into actorsaccess.com, it's a plug, actorsaccess.com. Tyler Perry, you know, casting director Raven Drummer, she posts her stuff up there all of the time. Major motion pictures, major TV series are putting it out there to the talents directly.
That's
On
fact.
Actors Access.
Direct to consumer.
Like you said, even with radio and podcasts, now you have direct access to consumers. You don't have to, even with publishing, you don't have to go to a major publishing house no more. You can publish your book for free.
Right. Or you can go to Nyce Visions Publishing.
or Jacinth Media Production. I'm a book coach and a publisher as well, and you know,
Gang.
but you know, so and publish your stuff for free yourself. You know, but a coach is helpful because if you don't know your ideas, you don't know how to put your stuff together, outline, and how to write your chapters. That's where a coach can come in. You know, but if you have no excuse, like I'm so like people who have all this at their fingertip and you still sleeping.
No, literally.
Yep.
At your fingertip.
How are you still sleeping?
I could find a connect
I'd be so
right
mad.
here.
People don't want it.
Your phone is the connect. You could film a whole documentary off your phone these days.
You know how many film win film
filmed a little
festivals?
ad. We just filmed a little ad with our phone.
Big
Yeah.
facts.
That movies are being distributed on major platforms and they were filmed from an iPhone.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Cinema View.
Love to see it. Yeah, so it's everything is an
No
excuse
excuse.
at that point.
No
I
excuse.
can't buy a camera. I don't have lights. I don't have this. I don't have that. Oh, I hear mad excuses.
Me too.
I love that.
No excuse. Wake up.
That's a Spike Lee reference. Wake up! I'm a film guy. What can I say?
I love it.
So one of the things that we also recognize in the beginning is that you have a proclamation from the city. You have been recognized with many different awards and recognitions on top of being a mother. tell us, how do you balance it all? Because maybe someone out there is having a hard time finding the time management. What advice would you give them to balance, and continue following the passion in life?
You know what? I ain't even gonna hold you. that is one of the things I struggle with, because sometimes I do have burnout. And when you're so passionate about what you do, sometimes I'm only sleeping on average like 4 hours.
Yep.
My mind is going.
I hear
I'm
that.
popping up in the middle of the morning because I just can't sleep because I have ideas, or I have this event that I want to go, that I have to do and meet deadlines. And, it's like, it's hard to sleep when you're in production mode, and then, the minute I close my eyes, because I just got back home from QVC at 4 a.m. because it's a live 24-hour live channel. Sometimes I'm doing 2 a.m., 3 a.m. show. Got to get home at 4 or 5, then I got to get back up at 7 and put my kids to school and then get home. And so sometimes my schedule be crazy, but nothing but the grace of God. I ain't going to hold you. It's nothing but the grace of God that strengthens me, where I just find some kind of supernatural strength to keep going. And I communicate with my kids. They are very involved in my career. So there's a level of understanding to what I do. It's just a matter of time, because I'm going to retire at 40.
I hear that.
I'm gonna have it set up where it runs itself.
Yes, it is.
I would never quit. I love this too much.
Systems mode. Yep.
No, I dig that. And I think it's important to definitely, take a break every now and then to, level out that burnout.
Yeah.
Me, myself, I went on vacation for like 2 weeks straight, and I was like, I'm not talking to anybody for 2 weeks. And because I still
got to learn that.
Nah,
There's time I'm in Bali still doing an audition. I booked the job, but I was literally in Bali with my girlfriend, Angela, shout out girl. And and I was like, yo, my agents just sent me this audition. I'm like, should I do it? Should I decline it? I'm going to do it. Film me. Okay.
Yeah, I hear that. Opportunity knocks.
Why was that cap?
You was texting me while you was in Peru.
All right, but you in the inner circle, so congratulations.
So there's an asterisk. How many times has this man joked on the pod and joked on Instagram? I'm taking you out my close friends because I be roasting them. And then here we are. He said, nah, I ain't talking to nobody. Nah, see?
That request still pending.
See, one thing about me is I love Twitter and hitting people with the, this you?
But I just wanted to say, like, I respect what you said. Like, self-care is so important. So let me put that out there. So you might see that I travel a lot because I have to. Like, that's when I usually take my break, because that's my escape. So I travel a lot. I do. Like, every quarter I'm in somebody's country and I'm on some plane. That's just how I play. I work hard, but I play hard too.
And I won't hold you. That's something that just started this year. It's not something I've been doing for the past years, but it was just like one of the things that I noticed in the new year. I was like, you know what? I'm doing a lot of work. I love what I do, but at the same time, I just want to, kind of check out,
escape,
and then kind of check out the other parts of the world, what it has to offer. And sometimes you come back refreshed. I know I came back refreshed with a lot of ideas. I was blowing up Nyce's phone. He had it on Do Not Disturb. I was calling 5 times.
Oh my gosh.
Yo, I swear that's the number one knock. Your phone's always on Do Not Disturb.
Voicemails, voice notes,
that's how
emails.
That's how I lock in. That's part of my self-care routine. Do not disturb.
I like that.
Do not best feature ever.
His album coming soon. Do Not Disturb.
That's all. I like that. Make sure you trademark that.
D&D.
I wish he would.
Get you a chain that says D&D.
Oh Lordy, don't gas him up.
I like that.
It definitely would be me though. Do not disturb. Yeah, damn right.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
Get you like, you see how you guys have a tribe and you have a team, y'all can bounce ideas off of each other. You're not carrying the weight by yourself. That's very important to have. And that was one of my prayers last year, is like, I'm a visionary and I have these amazing ideas, and I and one thing with me, I'm really good at executing. Yeah. But you need a team, so you're not carrying all that by yourself, because that's heavy. When you're a visionary and you have all these ideas, you need a team. You just like Jesus had his disciples. You need disciples.
Yep.
You really do.
You do. So get you a team.
It's one of the heaviest burdens to carry, because I always say, like, when you're a visionary, and I didn't and I've said this here plenty of times, but you don't, like, for me, I didn't realize that was a talent. I would be meeting people with talent, and I'm putting them in positions, whether with me, with the magazine, or other things that I've done with events and stuff like that. But I didn't recognize that seeing the synergy within people and things was a thing. So I was always telling people, yeah, you got this blatant gift. Don't duck it. God gave you that. Go do something with it. Not even realize that was my gift. Is that I see the play before it's a play.
Me too. I'm gifted with that too.
So it's like those are those things to do, but it is easy to get burned out because when you see it so clear and you're doing things that maybe it doesn't work out at the speed you want it to, you feel like you're banging a head against the wall. So with you talking about like self-care and you mentioned travel as being part of it, what are some things you do when it isn't travel time to kind of self-care, recharge for people that need it? Because people that don't have that discipline, even with time management, probably get burned out even quicker. So there might be something you do as far as your routine that might help someone else.
For me, my escape is just if you wanted to like not travel, the cheapest thing is just to lock off everything and listen to music. Like for me, my therapy is when I shower and when I'm in my car. Sometimes that is my downtime. I don't want to talk and I just want to listen to music and I just want to cry. Don't ask. I could be happy. I just want to cry. That's it. Because it's a release. You know, and it could be tears of joy. It can just be. It could just me just wanting to sit in a posture of gratitude. Like God, I've been so busy and I'm doing this, that, and the third, but I forgot to just be still and just tap in real quick. And in that moment is when I'm most vulnerable and I'm like, man, I'm grateful. And I have no choice but to just be grateful and the tears just come. And that's just me releasing and just like, woosah. Because when you're ripping and running, it's so easy to overlook your blessings. It's so easy to overlook your blessings because you're, especially as artists, and when you're, you know, I'm a full-time artist, so we're so wired with what's next. What's the next gig? What's the next gig? And it's so hard to stay still and just appreciate the gift the booking I just got. Because I'm like, okay, it's a wrap. Yeah, it's been nice. Bye, y'all. What's next? Let me check my email. Boom, boom, boom. I can let me got the, and just that's my life, you know. So I gotta sit still and just woosah. And then I love the spa. Shout out to Sojo. Like that's one of my top spot. Right there in Edgewater, New Jersey. Sojo is the ish. If you're going to Sojo, you gotta be there for at least 6 hours. Like you gotta really take it in. I love Sojo.
You need that influencer link. Right there.
You know what? Shout out to me, Sojo. You know, like ambassador. You know, I got you. Nyce Jonez, make sure you plug me in. You got to connect. You a plug. You a connector.
I'm literally about to go back there in a couple weeks.
I'm gonna give you 10%.
We were just there. You gonna give me? I'm gonna give you 20%.
Nice be like, yeah, I know this person's cousin that works there.
He's a plug. He is a plug.
Today's episode of You Gotta Chill, B, because y'all not helping me with this narrative.
Yeah, he a fake introvert.
Miss Bryght over here, my lady talking about he knows everybody everywhere. I'll be like, yo, you gotta chill.
No matter where we go.
You the plug.
Definitely.
Don't call me a fake introvert. I'm a full introvert. Get out of here. Literally every time we record, I'll go home and I'll sit still for like 30 minutes.
Bye.
She talking bye. You be super sleep. You be super sleep.
Don't even get me started.
And I be downstairs just chilling, no phone on, just sitting still. Cause I need silence before I can go.
Texting Will Mary, bothering her.
No, yo, the stuff you try to put on my jacket be crazy.
So at the end of your day, you sit in silence.
Yes. Well, if I'm doing something busy, like we just recorded, my job right now, my day job is busier with the things that I have to deal with on one-on-ones, groups, teaching classes, all that stuff. Too much people stuff, it drains me. So it's like if I come home and then we're doing something that's on the agenda, at some point in time, I gotta have like 25 to 30 minutes. You're not introverted.
You're just tired.
Yeah. Thank you, Lewis. Thank you.
The fact that y'all try to tell me about me is crazy.
You're socially drained.
But what if you're both?
You know
how to turn them on and off.
I know I have a switch.
A lot of people are both, I feel like, and they don't know it.
It's not like you're 100% introverted or 100% extroverted.
Every assessment I take, I'm at least 80% introvert. I'm just a really good actor.
I guess that's right. Yeah.
Yo.
So whenever you're writing something next, like my character's ready.
Hello.
I'm starting my
Nyce Jonez, IMDb.
Yeah, I'm gonna create that tonight. I'm starting my modeling career tomorrow too.
You already modeling. Oh. I mean, I don't know if I should say it.
Right?
I don't know if I should say it. It's still a secret.
Nah, it's not a secret.
Okay.
It's just exclusive.
Yeah, them shades are hot.
Yeah,
thank you, I appreciate that. Huh?
What's good with them shades?
No, I got next. No, you got that one. I told him I won the gold
She
one.
likes the gold ones, Louis.
Yeah,
You gotta get the dark
like the
ones.
goals.
No, it's all good. I'm trying to get the brand deal.
Yo, this guy, I don't know.
I ain't even mad at you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Your pitch is sus. I don't know. How many units can you move?
We'll talk.
Yo, if we're talking power and I'm the distro, then what we talking about?
talking to Tariq.
What we talking about?
To Tariq over
Yeah,
here.
what did Tariq do?
Nah,
Yeah, all right.
definitely not
Tariq-
Tariq.
I'll create the app.
No, please.
Tariq need his ass whooped every episode. Tariq was running for 2 seasons and a half. No car,
book
no
bag
job, causing chaos. Yeah, that's you. Causing chaos in this
Anyway.
building.
We need a Brandon over here.
Yo,
Oh my gosh.
yo, I'm weak.
So, to get back to a couple of the upcoming things that you have going. First off, where can they find your documentary, your documentary and your memoir?
Sure. The documentary "I'm Jacinth" is free on my YouTube channel. I'm Jacinth is the name of my YouTube channel.
Subscribe.
It's Googleable. I think it's also on my website, theloveafter.com. I have The Love After Holiday. That's a holiday film that was inspired by my book Love After. That's coming out this holiday season. Right now, we're doing a film festival run. We just played at the Apollo, won best festival, best
Gang,
film.
gang.
Let's go.
I was
That
hoping you
was-
said that because I
That was
seen
big. I was like, yo,
That's
the
fire.
Apollo.
it. Yeah, that's
That's
major.
Big
For the
thing.
one time for the culture.
Facts.
You know, so I know next we have Atlanta coming up. We're going to be in Detroit in 2 weeks. I don't know if I can make that one, but I have people in Detroit that can hold that down for now because I want to just make sure I give my all to the InnaStar Trailblazer
I
Awards.
hear that.
Yeah, I would say that's the next I have in the pipeline, and definitely working on my next book.
Yeah, and then InnaStar
Oh,
is
snap.
gonna be right across the street, right on 6th Street, right?
Yep, right in Miller Symphony Hall.
What date? What date is that?
Saturday, October 12th. If you want the VIP all access pass, that gives you the red carpet dinner reception from 3:30 to 6 on the 3rd floor, and then at 6 we go downstairs for the award show ceremony at 6:30, and then our after party is going to be at Sports and Social.
I already see Cyrus gonna be in there dressed mad fly, mingling,
Yes.
showing off.
Hey, girl, I'll be there too.
I still ain't get my dress. Goodness.
No, that's what's up. That's what's
Shout out
up.
to Mr. Cheeks, so
I
dope.
seen that.
Coming, Sammy, coming in from Atlanta. A few people coming in and out from California, New York. So it's gonna be a lot of great people.
I
need
hear
to get my dress.
I hear networking opportunity.
Yep, I hear networking.
Definitely.
If you can't afford a flight to Cali, you can't
Yep.
go to New York. People coming to you.
It was
Yeah.
brought to the valley.
Go to
Exactly.
the
Said she
valley.
putting
and
on for
that's
the
what I wanted
valley.
to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, bring the
Make this
Roy
our
sisters
own
here.
Lehigh Valley, Grammys.
That's hot.
Grammys,
Big
let's go.
facts.
I love that.
So, are there any last message that you would want to give to our viewers, our listeners?
Absolutely. I mean, my motto for InnaStar is dream big, dream bold, dream endless. Dreaming is free. The richest man is the one in the grave that died with his dreams in his mind, that never executed. There's so many $1 million, $1 billion ideas in the grave. You
Yep.
gotta execute. You gotta do that thing. And if you don't know how, ask somebody. Open your mouth. Closed mouth don't get fed. Asking you shall receive. Knocking the door will open. Seeking
Yep.
you will find. But faith without work is dead. You gotta do the work.
Facts.
Do the work.
Amen.
Do the
Big
work.
Gems.
Works. What is it? The work works.
Work works.
Work works.
She really on her Caribbean.
Okay, so I might as well ask you this to put you on the spot: Rihanna or Beyonce?
Oh, look at
He-
Cyrus.
he had
I'm a Beehive girl. I love
Oh,
Beyonce. I love
yes.
Beyonce.
ASAP hurt right now.
Yeah. Well, it's lucky because Cyrus would have heard her say Rihanna. He might have cut the whole
Cut the
recording.
whole recording.
Nah, we can't publish that one.
Done.
Listen, since teenager, I've been like, Beyonce's my girl.
Okay.
Consistent, do everything with perfection. She don't play when it comes to her craft. She go all or nothing.
So favorite rapper then?
Tupac.
Okay.
Love Tupac. Hey.
She even went real thug with it. Loves Tupac.
In
got
high
the Biggie
school, I
Coogee
had
on.
and I would say Biggie is next. No, but in
Yo,
high school,
Brooklyn
I
is
had Tupac.
pissed right now.
Tupac
If anybody in Brooklyn, it wasn't me.
Spray painted.
Oh, that's fine.
I had I had the beef and broccolis on. I love those. My constructs, got my Iverson jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see, for the InnaStar Trailblazer Awards, it's your Iverson year.
Yeah.
Crossing up the industry.
Hey.
Let's go.
Just saying.
New beginnings. 3.
Let's go.
Right? Yeah. 3 is new beginnings.
Isn't
Isn't
it?
it? And 8 and
8 is,
7
I know 8
7
is.
completion.
I know 8. 7's completion.
Eight's
Yeah.
new beginnings.
8's my favorite number.
8 is my favorite
Infinity.
number.
That's my favorite number too.
That is
No,
why it's my
everybody-
favorite number. It's infinity.
Yeah.
I like that. And new beginnings.
If you take 2 3s and put them together, it's 8. Think about it.
Hey.
Just saying.
Yeah, so my favorite 2 numbers is 3 and 8.
Big gang.
Let's go. So make sure you guys subscribe to Empower 610. We're going to have all the links for Jacinth at the description. Make sure you show love. Make sure you show up at the InnaStar. We'll catch you later.
Or Lewis is gonna start staring at y'all till y'all subscribe, and it's just awkward. And I don't really be having time for that. Like something wrong with son. Look, he doing it again. See,
And make sure you use the code STAR, lowercase STAR, give you 10% off.
Word.
I feel like there's like a Jeezy collab somewhere in there. I'm a TRAPSTR. Just saying.
Empower 610. We out.
Peace.